Hello, Matchwoman. Good evening. This boiling hot day in London. Whoa, my God. Us Brits always want the sunny weather, and then when it comes, we just complain about it. It's just the way we are. So today I'm reviewing Ink by Byredo, and I'm not really sure where to start with this one because I've got quite a lot to say about it. So pull up a chair. This is probably the most controversial fragrance that I've personally read about, second only to probably Secretions Magnifique by Étape Libre d'Orange. I watched a few reviews first. I just came across it from this guy called Ben, who doesn't review anymore, unfortunately. Read his review and thought, well, that sounds interesting and weird, and my interest was piqued. And then I went out for dinner with friends about a year later, and one of my friends, I didn't realise it was them actually, but I kept getting this smell that kept making me turn my head. I didn't even realise it was actually a fragrance. I just thought it was someone's clothes or just someone's smell of just a person that was amazing, and I just couldn't get it out of my head, basically. I realised it was my friend Carl that was wearing it, and I said, what the hell is it? You smell amazing, what is it? And he said, it's Mink, something Mink, and I was like, oh my God, are you talking, do you mean Ink? He said, yeah. And from that minute, couldn't get it out of my head. It went to the top of my want list, and then eventually I went the whole hog and just got the big bottle of it from Liberty's because it astounded me. So when I say controversial, I urge you, and I'll post the link below, to, just for amusement purposes, go to the page of this on Fragrantica and read the reviews. It's so hilarious, it's funny, some people write some really colourful reviews about what they think this smells like. It's about 5 bad ones and then 1 good one, and then 5 bad ones and then 1 good one. I'm in the percentage of people that would be the 1 good one. I see something amazing in this, while other people are just revolted and think it's just a monster. So, Byredo, they're a Swedish company. They are one of my favourites, only because I really like how ultimately conceptual they are when they make a fragrance. They're very modern, and their compositions are weird, and they really have such strong vision behind the fragrances they make. I haven't smelled all of them, so I might have just got lucky, but the ones I've smelled I've really liked. This one is the best though. So a little bit about the fragrance, because I need to tell you about it, because it's not one you can just go blah 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 and then just carry on. The owner of this company, he was invited by this company called Paris. 2 men own it, Michael Amzalag and Matthias Augustniak. I can't pronounce his surname at all. They invited him over and gave him 3 images to work with to create this fragrance. One of them was a block of ink. One of them was a Japanese calligraphy artist painting with ink. And the third one was a utopian, I don't know what they describe it as, a utopian something. Let me just get the thing, wait there. It's a utopian formula that Matthias drew on Korean traditional paper. This is it. This is the utopian thing, if you can see that. So yeah. So basically it's based around ink, and I thought it was called Mink, but it's Ink because of the collaboration with these 2 guys. So yeah, he went away and then 7 months later came back with this fragrance that is just beyond crazy and weird. And I'll tell you what the notes are. So the top note is adoxal. It is a single molecular scent. It's a scent molecule, a singular one. There's perfumers use them nowadays. There's a few flying around that are quite common. There's ambroxan, there's iso-e super, which probably, if you're very into fragrance, you might know what that is. And adoxal is supposed to kind of smell like clean linen in a way, but also rosy as well apparently, and marine, and kind of have marine ozonic tones to it as well. So that's the top note. It's weird enough already. The heart note is incense. That attracted me to it straight away. And then the base notes are clover, honey, dark amber and patchouli. So there's only 5 notes in this, and it's just crazy weirdness. So I consider this to be my Ugly Duckling in my collection. It's the Ugly Duckling that I view as a swan, basically. It seems to work for me. I've had compliments when I've worn it, as opposed to people saying, oh, what's that? So I'm glad of that, because it could have gone horribly wrong. But anyway, on to what it actually smells like and what the bottle and box is like. So I showed you before briefly. It comes in this gorgeous presentation box. Splats of ink everywhere, splotches, so you kind of know what you're getting. And mine's the 100ml one. It's an eau de parfum. It says made in Sweden, manufactured by Byredo. Byredo? I'm not sure. And it's, yeah, it comes out like this and has this cool weird design on it, which I'm not sure what that is. And then Byredo bottles are very simple. You often find that with niche brands anyway. This is a very simple bottle. It's just round like that with a label and a black lid. But it is magnetic, slightly. It's really heavy as well. See? And it comes with this little envelope thing. So this tells you, I'm going to spray it on my hand actually, just so it can calm down while I'm talking. So there's a little bit about it in here. I won't read too much because it goes on. But it says here, at first it truly smells like ink, but slowly it turns into the idea of ink. The ink that irrigates the 3 images we gave to Ben in the first place. It is the blood, the spirit that gives life to this visual articulation. It is the perfume of a spirit writing in immaterial ink under your skin. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever that means. But let's talk about the smell, because that's why you're here and that's why I bought it. So I'll firstly say the reason that people recoil in horror when they smell this is because they smell it wrong. This is like a fine wine or something that needs a bit of experience, or maybe a tip on how to smell it. If you ever get this, if you get a sample of it, or if you go to a shop and smell it, my biggest tip to you is wait. Let this unfold. Only spray a little bit. Maybe just spray it on your hand and don't sniff your hand at all immediately. Just let it waft, because then you will maybe see the beauty that I see. If you do this, what you smell is something hugely animalic. It smells like a farm, like horse hair, hay, barnyard. People on Fragrantica have said zoo. Just a very raw, animal, strange note that can be really hard to get past. When it dries, magic happens. Like I said before, when I first smelled it on my friend Carl, I thought it was the smell of a clean human. Like somebody had used a really nice detergent, but way more wide than that. Not just, oh, it smells like laundry detergent. It just smelled, the Doxel in this makes it smell really clean, slightly incensey, and the honey it's kind of like beeswax and honey. It's really, really weird, and it's unfortunately, if you don't like honey, sometimes honey can be, for want of a better word, pissy. This does take, unfortunately, the bad elements of honey, but it works. So stumping. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's floral at all. It is more a thing than a fragrance. It is, like I said up close, it's zoo, animal. It's very carnal smelling, like upturned farm, I don't know. But when you smell it like this, if you actually let it do its thing, when it dries, I find it to be incredibly sexy and intriguing and alluring, and people have asked me what it is, of course. You don't need a lot of it at all, which is why it's probably got the price tag, because it's a very good quality fragrance. 1 second. So let me talk about the incense. It's almost like a incense powder. It's dry-ish. It's got a kind of overall dry, slightly peppery tone when you smell it close up, but it's, as I always say, it's a different ball game over here to over here. Sometimes we don't have the luxury of being able to smell what a fragrance smells like when it's being worn. And that's the way I discovered this, and I'm really thankful that I did, because I think if I had sprayed this in a shop myself, I probably would have just done the same thing that most people have done, judging by the reviews, which is just cast it aside. Sometimes you need to smell something on someone walking by to actually realise that, oh, that's what it smells like coming off of skin and when it's permeated the air. So that's why I suggested to put this on your hand and maybe just go about your daily business. Do what you need to do. Clip your toenails, brush your hair, cook some dinner. And just to get the wisps of it, to really feel what it actually is. So, yes. Over here, sharp-ish, clean tang, something completely unexplainable, which you'll just have to smell it for yourself to figure out. There's just something in here, or the way that these things blend together, that just creates something that is brand new to my nose, and probably will be to yours as well, unless of course you own this. Just fantastic, absolutely fucking brilliant, and I never swear on camera, usually, but this one deserves it. It's not just brilliant. Huge, massive concept, really delivers. I don't just wear this because of how controversial it is. I wear it because I actually and absolutely think that there is beauty in it, and it's unusual, and I've never smelled it on anyone apart from my friend Carl. Now that I know it, I've never smelled it on anyone else, so it's nice to be that different. I think it's kind of the one that I would probably say, I'm not going to tell you what it is, it's my secret. So, yeah, I'll tell you about the dry down. Like I said, this has one of those perfect sillages, a perfect amount of projection, where I was in close quarters to my friend Carl, and I was just getting wafts of it every now and then, and we were sitting down having a drink, so it was just kind of coming in and out of play, which I like sometimes. Most of the time I like huge fragrances. But the dry down, the really bad point about this bow that I could tell you is, for me personally, the dry down goes pretty much pure floral honey, a very rough, kind of slightly like urine kind of honey, but by that point it's close enough that it's not going to be projecting off of you like piss. So it's really all about the heart of it and the way it smells for the main wear length, because the opening, yes, is crazy. So don't forget, wait, let it do its thing before you scrub it off of your skin. There's not really much more I can say about it, other than this is dynamite to me, and I only wear it on really special occasions, or if I'm going to a place where I feel like I want to be a bit cool and hip and trendy, which I'm not. So I'm at Swamano. I better go and put him in the oven. He needs a baking. Click my logo to subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon for another review. Okay, bye.